Mr. Flanagan, please.
Thank you for the opportunity to talk. It seems no matter what topic we hit on over the last 24 hours, simplification keeps coming up, and it seems that the vast majority of people here want to see simplification, but the vast majority of people here seem to be a little frustrated about whether it will ever come about, which I find a bit strange given that we're democratically elected, we want something to happen, and still it seems like it's going to become an impossibility. But in relation specific to this, I think we need to create an environment where farmers are incentivised to comply with regulations by a reduction of inspections on compliant farmers, with the aim of zero inspections where there is a history of no breach of the regulation. And this has to be implemented within the states as well as at member state level, and also to develop clear policy guidelines for governments to reduce the complexity and proliferation of schemes, particularly within the Rural Development Fund, which adds to the burden and the error rate for farmers. And MEP McGuinness brings up a very good point about the fines that people face, and in some cases up to 100% of their payments. Now, I have no problem with people being fined if they are not compliant, but one of the first things you have got to do to be compliant is to know what is compliant, what is the definition of compliant, what does it mean. And at the level of the member state that I come from, the Republic of Ireland, there is massive confusion there, because it's annoying enough to be fined, but when you are fined and you don't know what the problem is, well, that's even worse. It's like having random speed limits and then not knowing when you broken them and then getting fined for it. Hardly fair. Thank you very much.
We're short of time. Give the floor again to Mr. Flanagan briefly, please.
Yeah, very, very briefly, I don't think it's very often that you get members from the EPP and members from GUI NGL agreeing, but we had it in the last 24 hours here. MEP McGuinness's suggestion of a Charter of Rights for European farmers, I made the exact same suggestion yesterday at the meeting and got a lot of positive feedback from it. So I'm just wondering, how can we further this? Because yet again I find we're at the committee here and we agree on something, just like simplification, we agree. What can we do in relation to actually doing something solid on a Charter of Rights for European farmers? How can we further this? Because we do agree.